Hey everybody, my name is Bill and you're watching Bill's Box of Sound. This is going to be the second video of songs from the Ghoul show. So if you're not familiar with the late night horror host The Ghoul, or you don't have an interest in songs that you like to play on Halloween, which we just got done with, this will not be of interest to you. So I got a lot of good response to my last video about this. And I'm sorry I did not explain why I was called Divarata on the old Ghoul show. The reason that I had the name Divarata was because I was working for another television station in town at the time. And even though I was working for the Ghoul show pretty much, for free, I went to my boss at the TV station and I said, I'm going to be doing audio work for The Ghoul, which airs on another station in town. And I know that you could see that that is a conflict of interest, but the show's going to run when none of our news shows are on, which is what I work on. So he says, well, think up a fake name. Okay, no problem. So there was a guy who worked with me. I forget his name. I think his first name was Chris Moriarty. That's who it was. He eventually went on to become a technical director at Channel 8 in Cleveland. I don't know what he's doing now, but he was a technical director and I was an audio guy at Channel 19. And he was a nut, but he liked making jokes and stuff like that. And he was playing around with this thing called the digital video effects unit that he used. And he called it the Div. And then one day he just called it the Divarata. And so I thought, hey, that's a cool nickname. So I gave that to the folks at the Ghoul and they ran with it. So that's what it is. Now, I'm only going to show 5 songs in this because I wanted to give you links that show up in the corners to all 5 of the songs. I tried to do links to all the songs in the last video, but you can only do a maximum of 5 links in a video, at least as far as I know. So I'll talk about each of the songs individually, and I'll show you the records. You know what? This is just not working. I got to do this a little bit differently. Excuse me for a second. All right, now we're going to let Ghoul power take over. Let the power of the Ghoul shine down on you, because I got the trash to cure your rash. We're talking about songs that was used on the Ghoul show. If you want to hear these songs, you click the links that show up when I talk about them. So let's go with the first one. We're going to go with the Turtles, Battle of the Bands. There's a song on here called Buzzsaw. This is an interesting record. Every single cut on this album is supposed to be done by a fictitious group, but it's actually the Turtles. Now, the group that did Buzzsaw was actually, who? Band 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The surf band called The Fabulous Dogs. Check them out there. 4, close up on these guys. Okay, that's the band that's supposed to be doing Buzzsaw. Coughed up an old pierogi there. So that's what's going on with that song. So this is from The Turtles Present the Battle of the Bands. I think it was also on that song was also on a 45, but it's Buzzsaw. Okay, what song we doing next? We're doing this one. This one brings up bad memories. Yeah. Whenever you heard this music, you knew that horrible frog was coming on the screen, Froggy. And this song was Night Owl Blues by the Lovin Spoonful. Now, this song was on the Lovin Spoonful's first album, but there was a 45 issued on Record Store Day a few years back that had an even longer version of this song on it. So, I picked that up. It's got a minute and a half of extra harmonica honking. Yeah! So that's cool. Now, whenever the Ghoul talked about a certain city in northeastern Ohio, a certain song would play. He would say, Parma! And a song from this album would come up. It would be... Oh, I love this part. Listen to this. This is not Frankie Yankovic, by the way. This is Satan's Satellites, a Cleveland band that had Brother Aunt Petty on drums. Great surf music, and I don't think it's going to get a copyright strike on YouTube. If it does, I'll be very surprised. Anyway, the song on this was Who Stole the Kishka, a great little polka. But every time that the Ghoul said Parma, the beginning of that song played. It's kind of like a sound effect. So, click on that if you want to hear it in its entirety. Now, for the last host segment of the show, the Ghoul would always play this song that was considered Ghoulardi's theme song, and it's called The Desert Rat. It's by Duane Eddy. I don't know if we can get close enough to see it here. There we go. Right up there, and you can say, hey there, how you doing? But that's a Desert Rat. It's a flip side of a song called Boss Guitar. Boss Guitar is okay, but Desert Rat, now that's the cool song. Now, when you heard Desert Rat in the background, you knew it was the next to last segment of the show. The last stool segment. And then, for the end of the show, the last song that you played before the Ghoul got out of the building was a song off of this album, The Ventures in Space. Look at these guys, they're cool, aren't they? The name of the song was The Bat. This also used to play on the Ghoulardi show as well. So, I'm going to get the heck out of here like a bat out of Parma. And so hopefully, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hopefully you enjoyed all 5 of those songs. But until the next time I do this, I'm going to say what the Ghoul used to say. Stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, and do it while you can. But don't get caught. Ah! Hey, it's Frank Zappa. How you doing? How you doing, kids? Hi.